So to start, we're honored to have John Preckwinkle of the Agua Caliente Tribal Council. He's going to offer a land blessing and do bird song, and we're here at the Kikuya Shaman statue.
Mike, here you go.
Hello. Hello everyone, it's good to be here today. My name is John Preckwinkle III. I'm on the Agua Caliente Band of Kuya Indians Tribal Council, and we're here today to share a couple songs. The bird songs are our social songs, the songs of this land, the songs of our people. They tell of our journey after our creation story. We were forced to leave our homeland and find a new home. And after traveling the world 3 times, we found a new home. Turns out the home that we found was the one that we had left behind. So that's what these songs are about. But I would just like to say thank you for inviting us here. Our people have been here since time immemorial, and that's thousands of years before recorded history. And we've lived here. We've traveled these lands. We've gathered here, eaten here, and so we are still here. Thank you.
Our creator's first animal that he made to assist him in creating people. And this next song is coming to the end of the journey for one clan. And long story short, it's the sun is just rising and the light's touching the land, and the flicker bird and the woodpecker are flying around. These are the things that we've seen. Here we go. O Pane Keo Meta, Ave Keo Meta, O Pane Keo Meta, Ave Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Go Pane Keo Meta, Ave Keo Meta, Go Pane Keo Meta, Ave Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Amirayo Ewa Keo Meta, Go Pane Keo Meta, Ave Keo Meta, Go Pane Keo Meta, Ave Keo Meta.
Next, we'll have an invocation from Father Charlie Ara.
Hi, buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. May I have Karina come on up here? Quick, Karina, come on up here. Now, I want everybody in your mind, imagination, to go back 30 years. All right, it is 1994, and there is a young Latina woman who, for the first time in her life, is becoming politically aware. Proposition 187 was denying education and health care to undocumented people. And who stepped up to vote for the right of undocumented children? It was Karina, so let's give her a big hand. All right. Right, yeah. She's as young and brilliant as ever as a social activist and has bringing about enormous change. And then 5 years ago, when we moved the city of Palm Desert to split, at least we got one district, but we had to find somebody to run for that one seat. And so with the help of Lorraine Salas and Linda Salas and a few other people, we found Karina to run for that position. And she made it. And can you believe it's 4 years later, and now this afternoon she is going to become the first Latina mayor of the city of Palm Desert. Yay! Yay! And I had a little prayer to say. I don't know if my prayer is valid or not, but let us, I'll tell you what, let us all just, we all have our different faith traditions, so I just would like to invoke the most holy one of many paths and many names. Our holy, that our most holy one brings her blessings upon Karina and the decisions of her fellow council people in the interest of the people here. And I just want to say, help Karina not waver in her efforts to protect the well-being of all people. That is really what I think she's all about, is inclusive. I think she's about inclusive. All right. So she is going to make sure that policies, by the way, when we talk about politicians, some people think that's a bad word. It's not a bad word because it means setting policy. What is the best for the common good? And we're praying to our God that Karina will continue to look for the common good, to protect the documented or undocumented. she's going to help us all be safe from guns and violence, right? And she's going to remind, and we're going to have her reminded that arms are for hugging. Arms are for hugging, not for killing. Okay, so our Lord bless her, and in the words of Ted Kennedy, the cause goes on, the work goes on, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die. God bless Karina in her term as mayor. We don't know what the future's going to hold, whether she's going to be the next governor or whatever else she's going to be. But God bless Karina Quintanilla.
Thank you, Charlie. Quick heads up, if any of you have moved recently, see LAK, because we will get you registered to vote. And next I'd like to ask Council Member Christy Holstich to say a few words.
Good afternoon. So great to be here with you all. And LEK, can you raise your hand and flag? So really important that people register to vote. We have an election coming up on March 5th, relevant for local and statewide races. So thank you for doing that work. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much to Karina Quintanilla, incoming mayor for the city of Palm Desert, for inviting me here today. It's been incredible to watch you lead this community. I've been so proud to stand with you from the very beginning, not since 1994, but not the very, very beginning, but since we've been leading in this region together. I've gotten to know you on a political level while we've campaigned for offices and campaigned for city council together. I'm so proud to have endorsed you every time you've run. And I just have so much admiration for the courage that you bring and the authenticity that you bring to leadership. In the city of Palm Springs, we were lucky enough to elect Grace Garner as our first Latina city council member for the city of Palm Springs. We have a council meeting today, or else I know she would be here with you. And I've been able to watch as Grace Garner just completes today her year as mayor for the city of Palm Springs and our first Latina mayor. And it's been so meaningful to watch how the community has responded to that representation and that leadership. There's significant amount of kids watching you lead and govern and become mayor of this incredible city. And that is meaningful for all the little girls and boys and kids watching you on TV, watching you at city council meetings every single day and thinking, I could do that. I could be mayor of Palm Desert as a young Latina going to school in Palm Desert. And that's just so important. I know it hasn't been easy for you. I was going to say that you're a badass, but the news is here, so I probably shouldn't have, but it's hard to come up with any other word to describe your bravery and the courageous spirit you've brought to fighting for community, fighting for representation, and then fighting for the issues we so desperately care about and need in Palm Desert, like affordable housing, like parks and play spaces for kids, like economic development and supporting small businesses. And you've been able to do it all. And it is hard work. I can tell you firsthand. We know we've been in the trenches together. It's not always easy. There's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of attacks. And you've just handled it overall, governing this city with such grace. And I'm incredibly proud to be here today to celebrate what an amazing and historic moment for this city, and not just the city, but the entire Coachella Valley and Riverside County. And this is a moment we should all take and remember because it's meaningful for me, for all of us here. So thank you for stepping up and serving. Thank you for leading the way. Sometimes when you are on your own, it's not easy to push for districts when a council didn't want to do that, and you were able to push and achieve great results. It's incredible to see what you've achieved and what the community supports, because you're advocating at the end of the day for the community. And I know there's a lot of people here who contributed to your leadership. Sometimes people think campaigns or elected officials are just one person. It is absolutely not true. There are hundreds of people who prop us up. And I know there's a lot of people here today. So thank you to Father Charlie, Ara. Thank you to Palm Desert Greens. Thank you to all the leaders and community activists and folks I see today with us here to celebrate your historic moment. So I hope that you cherish and really get to enjoy this moment. I know you'll be an incredible mayor for the city of Palm Desert. I can't wait to work with you, and I can't wait to see you deliver real results to this community on the issues that matter and fight for Palm Desert's future. And so on behalf of all of us, we thank you for leading. Thank you.
It's hard to put this into words, but if you look around, you can see that there is a broad, diverse, regional sensibility happening here. It's the best of the Coachella Valley. I'd like to ask Councilmember Wayman Furman from Indio to say a few words.
Wow, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with such distinguished guests. And I just want to tell you all, Karina has been such a beacon, not only in the city of Palm Desert, but in our valley. She always fights the good fight. And she will stand beside you, not behind you, and she will guard you from any of that will infiltrate your aura. I want to thank you, Karina, for always supporting me. When I was this unknown guy coming out of Indio, and I wanted to run, I see more faces, I wanted to run for council. And she didn't waver in supporting me because she understood my mission of equality for all, affordable housing, and inclusion. And if you look around, this is it right here. If you look beside you, this is it. And this is what Karina fought for. And when I got on council, I always knew that she would support. And I always knew she put her best foot forward for the city of Palm Desert. You have created change. And I want you to understand you are important to so many people in this valley. And she has always, and is still, a big, big advocate for women's rights. And that means a lot to me, because I'm a mama's boy. So Karina, I just want to let you know, as I expand on my endeavors, I'm always going to be here to support you. When I announced that I was running for Assembly District 36 recently, guess who was the first person that messaged me and said you have my endorsement without asking any questions and if I needed any support? That was incoming Mayor Karina Quintanilla. So before I exit the podium, because I like to talk a lot, we all need to join her in her mission here in the city of Palm Desert, the Coachella Valley, and support her endeavors, because like I mentioned earlier, she does fight the good fight for her constituents. Thank you.
Starting early in 2020, we all saw that it was most important that elected officials have great judgment in a crisis. That's really why we're all here. And we did have stellar examples like Dr. Raul Ruiz. We had great mayors that were setting a great example like Christy Holstage and Wayman Furman. And the community asked that Karina Quintanilla support and defend them when they needed her the most. And that's why she's here, Karina Quintanilla.
Welcome all to a celebration of gratitude. We must be grateful every day for what we have and also what we do not have in our lives. There is no value to celebrating the future without recognizing the past. I'm hoping that we still have our tribal council member here, Mr. John Preckwinkle, a member of the Cahuilla Council, because he was here to provide that opportunity that we open up this conversation for gratitude by thanking the ancestors of this land. This is why I chose to gather here in front of a sculpture called the Messenger of Pu'ul, the owl looking to the future with their social songs. I also want to give that extra warm recognition to Father Charlie Ara, who stirred up the good trouble for decades in his life. We would not be here without him. And yes, I say we because it is not me. There could not be a me if it weren't for all of you that are present. Charlie and his lovely wife, Shirley, inspire me to keep moving forward and show us the fight for equity and justice never stops, and neither should we. That is why I have selected Charlie as Palm Desert's 2024 Inspirational Senior of the Year. Our journey to this moment has been an uphill battle. Change can be very difficult, but no one could have predicted that the entire world could change. And this led to a campaign for an election during 2020 with Zoom meetings and outdoor meetings so that we could all observe social distancing, because public health is one of my #1 core values. We cannot enjoy any quality of life if we are ill. I am here to celebrate change. Not only am I the first Latina in the city's 50-year history, but I'm the youngest woman, and I'm proud to not only bring cultural diversity, but economic diversity, and also linguistic diversity. I get to converse with many of my residents whose first language is Spanish in their native language to prevent misunderstandings. I get to speak their native language as it is mine. Since taking office, I am very proud to have accomplished a few things. When people said during the pandemic, nobody wants to work, I highlighted that much of that challenge was nobody has childcare. And I pushed staff to say, we have a childcare fund. What are we doing with it? And through that, we were able to award $900,000 to the Bermuda Dunes Learning Center, which expanded their capacity for 150 additional children. This meant that more families could get back to work and make an economic impact. With my love of education, I continue to support our future Cal State Palm Desert. I serve on the board for the Children's Discovery Museum, which will reopen in March of 2024, so mark your calendars. And with the reimagination, not only of fun and creativity, but inclusion for people of all ages and abilities and needs. This museum is working for their staff to get an autism-friendly designation from the organization Autism Speaks. And I have asked the city, and asked them again, regarding that same program. And I'm happy that the last time I asked, staff said it is underway. I would love for Palm Desert to also have that recognition so families know that they are welcome every place they go and that they are respected, which is one of my core values as well. I serve on the rail feasibility study and on the League of Cities Environmental Sustainability Equity Policy Committee because I care about the environment and the future of our children and their health. We all do need to breathe and drink clean water, right? I serve on many different committees and boards across the valley, including the city's homelessness task force, and I also serve on the Coachella Valley Association of Governments on Public Safety with Wayman Furman, and I serve on the Homelessness Committee as well. There's a lot of work to do, and I'm proud that as a region, we are able to find creative solutions. And with our Director of Social Services, I have found a location where if this partnership succeeds, we could offer and open up 70 additional beds for homeless individuals on the street with medical needs. As someone who has experienced poverty, I'm very pleased to say that I am part of the council that passed the first affordable housing project in 50 years. In 10 years. The city's turning 50, but in the first 10 years. But we must redesignate that. It is not affordable housing because no one can afford to live anywhere these days. We must understand that it is workforce housing. It is accessible housing because we need to have dignified living for everyone, regardless of their income levels. My deepest gratitude extends far and wide, and that's why I have invited you to be here. My inner circle of friends and family, many who are present, my mom, my aunts, my sister, as I'm looking back, my daughter, and of course my partner, Gil. This region is better because of the support that you have given me. I could not be here without you, so please give them the love and support. My campaign team, John Siegel, who you have just seen, and Dr. Frank Figueroa, the three of us were the ones that made it happen on the logistic and financial side. And Dr. Figueroa is here in spirit. He's up in Sacramento, and he's also a council member for the city of Coachella. So we know how much work that would be. And their skills, their talent, and their love have been a big part of getting me here. I've had the support of elected officials that I've been able to reach out, Wayman on questions on public service and on security, public safety, and with Christy about being a working mom and finding balance, and how to deal with people making negative and disparaging comments, because boy, did you get more than a few of them. And again, this is a community effort. There is no me without the we that helped me get here. And I saw Bill just a second ago, and Bill and his husband were part of the first journey. They campaigned. He was the first Latino to campaign in the city of Palm Desert. And that to me inspired me that, you know what, Latinos should be running in Palm Desert. And when Charlie asked, it seemed like a very definite reason that I should do it. The organization HOPE, Hispanas Organized for Political Equality, that helped me see, you know what, I can run. Elected officials are human beings. We have flaws. We don't wear capes. We are not superheroes. We are just people that are compassionate about our needs and want to elevate what our community needs. I couldn't be here again with the support of people as wonderful as Congressman Dr. Raul Ruiz, who's been a champion for equity, for healthcare, and all of the needs. And even though we no longer are represented by him, he still takes care of the whole valley. And that's part of how some of us here understand that it is not just a Palm Desert issue, it is the Coachella Valley, because we are all intertwined. And that's why I'm very thankful to have your support far and wide. Again, I give my thanks to my mother and my aunts, my daughter and my cousins, all part of a family tree that has produced generations of strong women. And I wonder if our ancestors could have imagined a tree that had branches so broad to provide not only fruit for the community, but shade and branches where people could gather and have community. And I wonder if that is something they could have ever imagined, because I sure as heck never did. As mentioned before, during the student walkouts, I was part of leadership in Mechay Cathedral City High School. And I was asked to prepare a speech, and I was nervous. I was a little scared. And I thought, whatever I'm feeling, that discomfort and that fear cannot compare to the fear of the people that are impacted by this. Having the privilege of being a U.S. citizen, Born in Los Angeles, I understood that I had the opportunity to speak for those that could not. I know from my family what it was like to fear when you saw that immigration stamp on a vehicle. And again, I thought, I need to step up and speak for those that are going to be impacted. And I felt that fear walking up the steps to the amphitheater right on that side. And now I have an office right on that side of this parking lot. Never, ever in my wildest dreams. And life brings us the opportunity to come first circle, full circle. Change is constant, and so must our gratitude be. It must be constant. So I thank you, I thank you, I thank you as 2023 comes to a conclusion. Look ahead to 2024 in the spirit of gratitude. With the vision of Pu'ul behind us, let that gratitude, change, and vision be within you. I wish you and your loved ones happiness, health, and prosperity. Thank you.
Felicidades, mi reina. I love you.
Thank you,
Mama.
Karina.
I love you.
Today's a great day.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes. Te quiero ver en la casa blanca.